Hi guys, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new around here. My name is May. Today I wanted to touch the topic of the trending handbag styles for 2025. I wanted to share my personal picks. There's going to be a total of 4 categories. We're going to start off with the bowling silhouette. There is the big bags trend, which seems to be back, which honestly I think it never left to begin with. Then of course the biggest trend of all is the east-west silhouette, and last we're gonna end with the vanity style handbags. So grab a coffee, grab a drink, grab a glass of wine, because we might be here for a minute. Okay, starting with the bowling silhouette, and I feel like the OG, the one that started this trend, was definitely the Rose Margot, which let me know, because I have been hearing a few rumors here and there that they are going to discontinue that silhouette. I personally feel like it's such a classic style of handbag, and if you own one or if you are eyeing to add one, I feel like it is a timeless piece. It can definitely last many years, if not decades, in your handbag collection, just because it's so seamless. Again, very classic. It's like a big tote. It's kind of like the Neverfull. I feel like once you add the Neverfull, it's never going to leave your collection just because it's so timeless. So that's my thoughts on the Rose Margot. Talking about classics, we of course have to bring the Speedy, any Speedy size honestly, into this category. I think that the Speedy is the iconic style of a bowler bag. So we now have a lot of brands that have sort of released that same sort of silhouette just because it's so iconic. And one that I want to mention, which has honestly done an excellent job, is the Coach Rowan bag. They have actually released it in various sizes. I went into the outlet the other day and I saw it in the size, I guess it's the 35 of the Speedy. Guys, it is so good. It's such a chic bag if you want to use it for work, but also I thought it would be so fun as a travel piece. The mini Rowan is honestly one of the cutest little pieces I think Coach has. It is part of the outlet, so again, super inexpensive, and they do release it in various combinations from time to time. Now, I know that I said that I'm going the practical route when it comes to adding handbags into my collection, but I have played with the mini Rowan in store, and it fits a ton. It fits my iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I can't say that about many handbags in my current collection. And it fits a few other things that I would carry during the day. So even though it's part of a mini range, it is actually pretty functional in my opinion. And then talking about sort of that Margot kind of style, we have the Jack Mousse, and it's called Le Petit Turissimo. Guys, this bag is so good. If you don't want to go towards the $3,000-$4,000 mark of the Margot, I think that this is a great option. Comes in a variety of colors and honestly has a really nice size. I think it's perfect for travel, it's perfect for the office, it's even perfect for your everyday if you do need to carry a little bit more than the norm. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about a affordable option, and that is from Leatherology. That was a tongue twister. And it's called the Park Mini and Large Satchel. Again, same vibes, kind of the same silhouette at a very friendly price point. I feel like when you can get a well-made leather handbag under $1,000, that is a winner. Like, you definitely need to explore and do a little bit more research because that's very difficult to come across nowadays. All right, let's talk about large bags. And I honestly never felt that large bags were out to begin with. I feel like a large bag is a must in any handbag lover's collection, and this trend sort of came about late last year when they re-released the Neverfull in all leather. But yeah, I think a large bag is definitely always a must. A large tote bag, in my opinion, is the route that I go to. However, you have so many options. You can have a large top handle handbag, and you can also have a hobo sort of style. So I do have a few to share within this category. The first one is going to be the Fleuron Swan large bag. This bag is so chic. I love it. It definitely reminds me a little bit of the Fendi Peekaboo, but with a much more friendlier price point. The largest size is still under $1,000. It is a full grained leather handbag. I love that you have a little bit of compartments. I love the detail of kind of like the flower sort of vibe that the brand wants to portray throughout their pieces. and the color selection of this piece is out of control. It reminds me of Pollen, because in Pollen I always struggle when I'm going to like add a piece. I'm like, finally I decided on which one I want to add. Now it's going into what color do I want to add. And Fleuron honestly has a huge color selection, which I feel it's great because not all of us like black bags, not all of us like neutral bags. Some of us like a pop of color, some of us like cooler tones, some of us like warmer tones. So the fact that they give us such a wide range to choose from is amazing. Okay, let's talk about one that is low-key living in my mind rent-free, and that is the Demelier Hudson Tote. I recently shared that I added my first Demelier piece. She's right there. I am obsessed. I love the New York midi, but the Hudson, oh my gosh, this tote is incredible. It is extremely large, which is what I personally love. Again, I would consider this piece kind of like a super chic travel item. They just released it in a beautiful combination. It is in canvas and has the black leather trimmings. I am holding myself back from adding this piece. I just think it's so... It gives like a nice elegant touch to what could possibly be just a normal top handle sort of large bag. I love that combination. There's something about a canvas bag that always gets me. If you have like any fun sort of like spring and summer vacation trips coming up, I feel like this could be such a fun bag to incorporate during your travels. Now, if you love that sort of hobo style, which I'm personally not a huge fan of, but I know so many people rave about this bag, and that is the Bottega Hop, or even the Jody line for that matter in the larger sizes. This is a great option just because you can throw it over your shoulder, you can go about your day, and you know that all of your needs will be in there. I personally prefer either a top handle, like I said, of something that I can open up and see everything at a glance, or a shoulder tote bag, but that gives me two straps. Last but not least, on the large topic, I definitely have to talk about the new Coach release, and that is the Coach Kiss Lock. Oh my god, guys, I think this bag is so fun. Obviously, that gigantic size that they are releasing, which I feel like when this video is live, they have already released it. If it's still available, that's a whole nother topic, which I doubt it will be. But that size is just so massive. I think it's definitely more of like a statement, kind of like fashion vlogger picture sort of silhouette in that size. I think for us that want to have something that's a little bit more practical, we would need it in a smaller size. It does show that it is going to come with a shoulder strap, which I feel is a great addition that they considered, especially for the larger size. If they do release this style in a smaller option, I think it'll be so fun to put like under your arm. It's kind of like the oversized Bottega Veneta, very iconic pouch sort of, you know, handbag that was released and everyone went crazy for all good reasons, honestly. But yeah, I think the Kiss Lock is just such a fun addition. If you are a little bit more spontaneous or adventurous with your handbag collection, I think this would be a great option to consider. All right. If you're not sitting, I'll give you a minute to sit down because the next category is definitely one that I went in a deep rabbit hole for, and that is the East-West category. Currently obsessing over this silhouette. I feel like every single brand has released some sort of style within this category, and I am totally here for it. Let's start off with the one that I feel like everyone has been eyeing since it was released, and that is the Coach Empire size 34. I have a confession to make. I actually ordered it in the beautiful kind of like caramelly color that they released. I received it. I had to be a responsible adult, and the same day that I received it, I actually got the call for my my Kelly, I'm sorry. So I went ahead and returned that one just because I knew that I wasn't going to be grabbing it and I needed to put funds elsewhere. So for that reason, I returned it. I also was not a huge fan of the crinkled leather for this particular piece. However, they will be releasing them supposedly in the glove tan leather, I believe, and in some beautiful neutral shades. So don't be surprised if you do see an unboxing of that sometime in the near future in my channel. This is definitely at the top of my list for that East-West sort of silhouette. I know that it's a trendy style, but I feel like it has already kind of gained enough popularity where people are kind of considering it a classic in order to add the piece into their handbag collection. However, for me personally, I wouldn't really want to go over like the $700, $800 price mark for this one, just because I don't know how often I will be incorporating it. So with that being said, I also wanted to talk about a stowed piece. I will pop up the name on the screen because I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. I love this style. It kind of reminds me of the Birkin in the sense that you kind of have that little flap that goes over the opening. I personally would just kind of like keep it fully open, so put the flap on the back and just have it as like a tote in order for me to get my things in and out of. It does come in various colors, so that's another option. I believe it's under $400, so great price point. Another one that I wanted to touch up on, obviously a huge popular option, is the Andiamo clutch from Bottega Veneta. Price point is definitely on the higher end, but I have seen some videos of people sharing like what fits inside, and it fits a good amount, honestly. There's people that have been able to put like their vlogging cameras and everything. So if you wanted to have like a super cool chic option, which this one definitely checks off that box, and be an option where you can fit all of your necessities for the day to go out, I think that this is a good one. Okay, let's talk about Demelier again. They do have one. It's called the shoulder bag, I think, and they have it in this beautiful olive shade. I honestly feel it leans more towards like a sage color tone, but it's a really pretty color. They also offer it in black. However, I think the proportions of this one is a little bit off. Like, I want an exaggerated east-west. Like, I want, if somebody sees my bag, I want them not to hesitate into like, is that an oversized long clutch or is that like an east-west tote? I definitely want it to be known that it is an east-west tote, but this one just throws me off. I think the shoulder straps are a little bit too long, and then the kind of like height of the east-west is too small. I don't know. You guys let me know what your thoughts are in this one in particular. I do love the little buckle detail, which is very iconic to Demelier. But yeah, it's the proportions for this one that kind of throws me off a little bit. However, another great price point. It is under the $1,000 mark. Now, jumping on to one that goes over that $1,000 price point, but I definitely had to share, and that is a mulberry piece. This bag is beautiful, beautiful. And then let's add a cherry on top and bring it out in the most stunning burgundy wine Bordeaux color silhouette palette, whatever you want to call it. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. I love the style. Again, proportions are on point on this one. The east-west is very exaggerated. You can tell that it is a tote. I love the flap opening style of this tote. The kind of like winged out effects that it has. Everything about this bag is perfection. I'm considering it. As I said, I don't want to go over the $1,000 mark, and I think this one is about $1,600. We are going to Europe in the next couple of months, and I have mentioned that a lot of these designer brands are a lot cheaper in Europe. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't make any promises, but I definitely want you to know that this is my top pick out of this entire list. Let's dive into the last and final category, and another category that I am here for. Let me tell you, these 2025 category picks are definitely doing something for me with my handbag collection. That is going to be the Vanity Style handbag category. I recently added a piece which is very in sync with this category, and that is from Oleada. It is their mini anchor tote. And you guys, if you want a bag that you do not need to downsize for, this is it. So I can fit my mini pochette, I can fit in my wallet, I can fit in my mirror, I can fit in all my things that I need to carry for my Invisalign, to take them off, to put them back on, to brush my teeth, all that stuff. There is no need to downsize whenever I go from one of my handbags into this particular Vanity Style. And the Oleada bag actually allows you to dip your toes into the trend without breaking the bank. And I do have a coupon code just in case you guys want to use it for some additional percentage off. I'll make sure to leave all the details in the description box. That bag was gifted to me, full transparency, but I would honestly buy it if it wasn't, because I love it that much and it's so practical. Let's dive into some other options that I have been eyeing. And obviously the original comes from Chanel. I feel like Chanel was the one that released sort of like the vanity style with the top handle, and then people kind of like just started incorporating it as a handbag. I don't know if it was released to be a handbag initially. Actually, now that I think about it, was it the Louis Vuitton Nice that kind of got this trend going? Maybe it was the Nice. But anyways, these two have some great options. Chanel has their whole kind of like vanity, you know, range. And then I wanted to talk about one piece in particular from Louis Vuitton. It is the reverse monogram option, and this particular style does come in other combinations, but the reverse monogram for me, you guys, is the one that I feel is so fun. I did own the Pochette Métis in the reverse monogram, and I did feel like it was a little bit too busy for my personal style. However, I don't know if it was just kind of like the silhouette of that handbag. Maybe the vanity being a little bit smaller is not as loud. I don't know. I want to definitely go into the boutique and check it out, but I love it. And then I wanted to get into more affordable options. Tory Burch has some really good options in some beautiful color combinations. There are a ton right now on sale, so I'll make sure to leave them linked down below. That's one thing about Tory Burch and about some of these contemporary brands and why I choose to hold off on them. When they release certain styles, just give it a couple of months, you guys, and they'll put them on sale. I honestly like to wait it off because if I can save on a handbag, why not? And then last but not least, I did want to mention the YSL option. They have it in a beautiful burgundy shade, which when I saw it in the boutique, I was so tempted. But again, the burgundy tones is one of those where I'm not ready to invest so much on because I don't know how long it's going to last in my collection. And then the vanity shape, again, I feel like it is kind of trendy at the moment, even though if you really put it into perspective, this is a great silhouette to have. It's a great style that you can take into nighttime since you can use it on the top handle, or depending on the silhouette of the handbag, you can even do a little clutch moment or a little under the arm moment. I love that with my Oliata mini anchor. I definitely can do that. And then you have the option to use it during the day. Most of them do come with like a crossbody strap, or you can add your own in order to make it a little bit more casual for a day use. So that does it for a kind of quick roundup of my handbag picks for the 2025 handbag categories, which are currently trending at the moment. Let me know what your favorite is. Also, let me know if you added any new piece in your handbag collection, whether they fit into these categories or whether they don't. I always want to know what new goodies you guys are adding into your handbag collection. As always, I appreciate you all for taking some time and hanging out with me today, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Bye, everyone.